pumpkins, vampires, Frankenstein, bats, mummies, and ghosts.
Welcome to my tasty art expedition, everyone. I'm Artifacts. It's that time of year when the candy just jumps into your grocery cart, so I thought, well, why not try to make Halloween art using only candy? It didn't work out this time. But that's okay. Now I can focus on showing you how to draw simple Halloween doodles that look really cool. To make things even easier, I posted quick jump links in this video's description in case you want to jump right to a specific Halloween doodle. Okay, let's kick things off with pumpkins. Start by drawing a circle, then a couple short curves for the stem. Now, draw curves that are straighter near the center of the pumpkin like this, and curve them more as you get closer to the sides. You only need a few here for the pumpkin's ribs. Let's carve our jack-o'-lantern now and begin by drawing the eyes. I like angling the eyes down for a more ominous appearance. Okay, we want to show some of the pumpkin's flesh, so draw inner lines on the left and bottom of the eyes before filling them in. Now we can see the flesh of the pumpkin peeking out. For a scary mouth, begin at the far left and just go crazy drawing sharp jagged lines up and down, all the way to the other side. Then do the same for the bottom set of teeth. Now we'll color in the mouth and stem. I'm going to bunch up a few pumpkins here, so I'll draw another one just behind our first one on the side. We'll start with the simple circle again along with the stem, but this pumpkin will be a little goofy. Draw the eyes kind of like upside down teardrop shapes and then a big open mouth smile with one tooth on top. Since I drew these features higher on the pumpkin, it makes it look like it's leaning back. So we'll see the inner pumpkin flesh along the tops of the cutouts now. Trace along the top of the mouth and then fill it in, then do the same with the eyes. For the ribs on this one, let's draw partial lines that look continuous by drawing the lines along the same path. I'm just picking up my marker as it gets near the mouth or eyes and putting it back down on the open spaces to continue. Alright, I like to finish up each doodle by tracing along the outside of the main shapes with a thicker marker. The thicker line gives it a nice style because of the line variation, and it also encapsulates the main object, making things look cleaner. Anyway, I do this a lot in my doodles and illustrations. As a finishing touch, you can come in and draw little dashed or dotted lines to simulate smaller ridges on the surface of the pumpkins. Now, let's doodle a little vampire. Start with the circle for the head and then draw a short stubby body. Just draw down like this, then over halfway for the first leg, up slightly, draw a line across, back down, over, and back up. The arms will be really simple curves that start where the head meets the body. Arc out and curve back in right at the waist. Okay, let's draw the vampire's signature hairline that comes to a point in the middle. Little ears. And small dots for the eyes. I like spreading the eyes out like this when drawing doodles because it fits the cute stubby nature of the characters. Alright, a short mouth line and then two fangs on the ends. You know what, let's make this guy a little nervous by drawing these little curved lines on the outside of the eyes. Finish out the outfit with things like a collar, cape, and shoes. Finally, the thicker outline. Next up, let's doodle a fun skull and crossbones. We'll draw a mostly complete circle that's open at the bottom and extend a few straight lines down off of it. For the eyes, I do these stylized swirls that look like sixes, which kind of gives them the appearance that they sink in. Then, the nose is a small triangle that angles up from the bottom middle. And let's draw some little lines for the teeth in this shape that extends down. After filling in the eyes and nose and doing the outline, I like to add finishing touches with some short marks around the perimeter. This gives the skull some texture. The bones underneath are simple enough if you think about drawing threes for the ends. I start with a backwards 3, draw lines off the ends, and then a 3 at the other end. Now you can finish off this doodle the same way as a skull. Okay, how about a little spider doodle? This will start with a simple line for a strand of silk. Now draw a circle for this guy's body and some pretty large eyes that touch in the middle. This is a happy spider because it's Halloween, but it still has some bites, so we'll give it fangs. I'm going to take my thicker marker again and draw legs here. Now for the outline. You know what, we want to make sure this guy doesn't fall, so let's add a couple more silk strands at the top. Alright, a witch hat is our next doodle. Draw the top of the hat like it's a triangle, and if you want, curve it around at the top so it droops down like this. Now, close off the bottom with a curved line. It's important to curve this line instead of making it straight if you don't want this to look flat. The brim here is a circle all the way around that disappears behind the top of the hat. Now let's draw the band and buckle. And then outline. For my finishing touches on this, I'll draw thin lines that wrap around the shape of the hat. And straight lines on the brim that extend out from the hat's center. Finally, I'll draw stitching on the band with small dots. This next doodle of a haunted house has more to it, but it's worth it. The center portion will get a typical house shape with an angled roof on top. Next, draw the little wings on the sides using simple rectangles. Then a roof line across the middle of those. We'll just redraw the top of the main part here to complete its roof. Now draw a little awning for the front porch like this. Then 2 lines down off the corners for the posts. We'll complete the primary house components by drawing a door, 3 windows, and a chimney. Okay, no haunted house is complete without a giant full moon. Let's give this moon a bunch of craters by drawing smaller circles of various sizes inside it. I also like to add little lines and dots for more texture. If you want, you can add some clouds, though I'm using a marker and some of the moon will show through, but oh well. Now I'll color in the windows because of course it's spookier with the lights off, and add finishing touches like brick lines on the chimney. Finally, the thicker outline will complete our haunted house doodle. How about a Frankenstein head? Again, draw a circle to start and then small ears on the sides, similar to our vampire. For the hairstyle, you typically see it squared off, so let's do that, though I'll curve it on the top. We'll draw the eyes with black dots, but then I like drawing a straight line here above them to give this guy a more pronounced brow line. He'll be smiling again because it's Halloween and who wouldn't be stoked? Draw a line across the center of the forehead and some stitching from where he was put back together. Then the bolts on the sides of the neck. Finish off our Frankenstein by drawing the thicker outline and coloring in his hair. Let's draw a mummy doodle next. This guy will have the same basic overall shape as our vampire, with a large circle for the head and a short body. Again, start with the body line on the side here, drawing down, then over halfway for the first leg, up slightly, a line across, back down, over and up. Don't forget the little arms on the sides here using curves. Now, since we'll cover most of the mummy's features with cloth, how about we make the eyes larger? Draw two circles spread out a good ways from each other, then add dots for the pupils. Now for the wrapping. Don't be intimidated by this part, it looks more complicated than it is. Begin by drawing a couple diagonal lines starting near the top. Now draw a couple more underneath the eyes, but change the angle slightly. Add more lines like this all over the body, changing the angle some every once in a while. To finish off the mummy, draw little squares in a couple random places anywhere on the outside. And then the thicker outline. Let's add a ghost to our mix of characters. I'm rounding off the top of the head since the other characters have pretty bulbous heads, then drawing slightly curved lines down and a wavy line at the bottom. What about changing up the size of the eyes? No one said they have to be the same, right? And this happy ghost will get a smile. To show motion at the bottom, let's add little curved marks here on the corners. Okay, what's Halloween without candy? Draw a circle with little flared out shapes on the sides. Then add little creases for the candy wrapper by drawing short lines where these shapes meet, like this. For the inside of the candy, you can draw whatever decoration lines you want, like spirals, horizontal lines, vertical lines, anything. Now, with really small filler doodles like this, I don't worry about the thicker outline, but feel free to add one if you'd like, especially if drawing these larger. I just feel like it makes them too heavy when they're this small. Bat doodles for me start off as these little potato shapes, but you can do circles for the body too. Add pointy ears near the top here, basically right on the rounded corners. Now, the wings are a series of arcs, and we'll start here just under the ear. Draw a line that curves out, then a couple curves down and in, then finally a curve back into the body. Add the eyes and a smile. We only have happy Halloween characters today. Some curved lines in from the edges of the wings, and the thicker outline. I'll use this marker to draw in this guy's little legs and feet too. Gravestones are simple but a mainstay with Halloween, so let's draw that next. Begin by drawing the main arc for your gravestone, then a smaller arc down at the base for the mound of dirt. To give our gravestone some perspective, draw another arc inside on the left like this. Now, finishing touches. Some text. And grass patches. Our final Halloween doodle is candy corn. The basic shape is similar to a triangle, only you round the corners and curve the edges more. This might not be easy at first, but it'll help if you keep thinking about triangles as you draw them. For the different colored segments, curve 2 lines across. Now color the centers in darker. Then color the thicker ends a little lighter than that. Finally, add your outline. Alright, to finish my doodle art, I'm filling in the empty spaces with little circles and more decorations. Well, thank you for watching this doodle tutorial. If you enjoyed it, give me a like or a comment, and be sure to subscribe for more. Catch you next time.